non-surgical tweakment being widely advertised on social media. It's known as the Fox Eye Facelift.
Well, inspired by the likes of supermodels Bella Hadid and Kendall Jenner, the procedure involves inserting plastic threads at the side of your eyes in order to stretch the skin and create a new look. Those models haven't had that done. It's just that they have that sort of naturally, and that's what people want. Many medical professionals have called the procedure irresponsible and dangerous.
Well, our next guest, Ryan Rutledge, underwent a Fox Eye facelift last year but was left hospitalised following complications. He joins us now alongside facial aesthetic specialist Dr Pamela Benito. Welcome both of you.
Morning. Morning, welcome.
So this is promoted widely on social media. Ryan, you are a social media influencer. You're an aesthetic practitioner.
Yeah, I do aesthetics.
Yourself.
Yeah, I do.
So that's providing Botox fillers. For someone who extensively knows about this field, what made you decide you wanted to do this?
I'll be completely honest with you. Somebody messaged me and just said, I'll give you it for free if you promote it on social media, and I just took it. And I feel a right idiot.
Oh, well,
so this is...
Listen, you're not alone.
Like, I'll hold my hands up. I'm not here for sympathy. I'm just here to warn people, like...
Don't do it.
Did you do research?
Not really, no. She just messaged me and said, I'll give you a £500 free treatment. And I said, yeah, I'll have it.
OK, so you'd seen this Fox Eye look, because you see it on social media. It is sort of the new trend. It is that sort of ideal look that people want, but obviously at quite a cost to you. So you get this message on social media and you go to the clinic and you have it done. What was the experience like when you had it done? Was it painful?
No, because they numbed it with injections, lidocaine, I think. So it weren't actually too bad, but... I mean, it was quite vigorous. She was, like, pulling my face up.
So what,
like...
they insert a thread?
She put a thread in my eyebrow there, but I also had cheek threads done as well. So she put a thread from there to the top of my head there and started, like, pulling my face up and stuff, because obviously I wanted a more lifted look.
So this is what we can see.
Oh, my God, imagine me trying to pull a fella looking like that. Like, that is horrific. Do you know
so this is you ended up with these really bizarre
it's like...
holes in your forehead there.
I look like an avatar.
So although it didn't hurt that much. She said she was a bit rough.
No.
It was done in 20 minutes.
It hurt after.
Yeah. When did it start to go wrong?
6 a.m. in the morning when I woke up and I was like, oh, my God, I've been hit by a bus.
Yeah. It
was horrific. And then it was probably about, I'd say about... Well, it started getting swollen after a couple of days, but I thought that's probably normal. And then the infection started about 2 weeks after.
So, I mean, I did wince when I read this morning because the infection was severe. I mean, there was
pus coming out of it, my face swelled up, I was on drips, antibiotics, nothing was getting rid of it.
Was there any aftercare treatment from the clinic?
I don't really want to speak about the clinic or anything like that. I'm just warning people about that. I don't want to obviously...
But as part of that package, because I think that is quite important, as part of that package...
I don't feel like I was supported in the aftercare, no.
Right, OK.
No.
And as much as was sort of... you know, you are joking along with this, but actually this was really serious. And at one point, they worried if it was going to be sepsis. And we know from speaking to people on here how deadly, actually, something like sepsis and... These procedures can be incredibly dangerous.
Honestly, it really affected my mental health because, obviously, on the photos, what you've seen there, my face was all swollen. I didn't want to go out. When I did go out, people were staring at my face, looking at me as if I was some sort of freak. Like, it really did affect me mentally. Like, I didn't want to leave the house, but... And now I'm going to have to get corrective surgery because that eyelid is more droopy and I feel I just look really old and haggard.
Well, you really don't, for a start. You don't look old or haggard at all. How did they rectify it then? Did they have to...
They didn't rectify it. I just had to go to the hospital myself. So I went to my doctors, had antibiotics. That didn't get rid of it. Then I had saline flushes, I had steroids, and then I ended up in hospital on an antibiotic drip. My body was actually reacting to the thread, what was in my eye. It was meant to dissolve after a couple of months and heal with this lifted look. But because my eye was rejecting it, they weren't healing. All the pus was just coming out, and I just had to deal with it in my own hands.
So, thankfully, it was conventional medicine and trained medical professionals that sorted you out. You say you put impressionable followers at risk. You promoted this on your socials.
This is why I'm on here to speak about it, because I feel so guilty that I've obviously gone onto social media. I've been given this freebie thinking, oh, yeah, I'm getting a £500 treatment for free. I'll just put a few tags on Instagram. And obviously I didn't think nothing of it. But obviously, if it hadn't have gone wrong, I probably wouldn't have thought twice about it. But because it has, I'm now thinking, I've got a younger sister that's 16. If she was older and she was to have seen that and been naive and got it done...
It's a horrible thought. Well, let's speak to Dr Pamela now, because you're a leading facial aesthetic practitioner for over 10 years, and this is a popular procedure. Obviously, this experience was not a very good experience. Can it be safe, or is this just incredibly dangerous?
Yes, no, it can be safe. And obviously, I always recommend patients to do their research so they can find the right practitioner who is experienced enough and use the right products, mainly because of quality and safety. But it can be done safely, yes.
And you've brought the threads in here.
We did, yes, just to show you.
Can we have a look?
So it isn't actually that dangerous?
No.
Well, I pulled the short straw there,
no,
didn't I?
Of course, and
I think
it's just unfortunate,
the message, isn't it?
Yeah, that it's gone wrong, and I think with any medical procedure there is always potential risks and complications, and you should be aware of the potential risks.
This is unregulated. So you say, you know, have this done by someone who is medically trained.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yes.
you can essentially, at the moment, you can almost have this done in a garage.
Sadly. Yes, so still in the UK, dermal fillers, a lot of procedures are still unregulated. Hopefully, it's starting to get in the right path to get everything regulated. But I believe that, obviously, the practitioner should be giving him the consent and the aftercare beforehand, so he can make the right decision before going ahead with the treatment.
And I guess it's an interesting thing, isn't it, that you can see an image or a face shape on social media that is the look of the moment and the trend of the moment.
Exactly.
Is it right to change your face as a... I mean, I understand fashion in clothing,
of course,
but to change your face to fit in with the latest trend, I mean, it's...
No, I actually stay away from beauty trends, personally. I think we offer, obviously, the treatment. We offer thread lifting in clinic, mainly facelift, eyebrow lift, neck lift. But if they call to say, oh, do you offer Fox Eye? We say, no, we don't offer Fox Eye, only because we want to enhance someone's, you know, beautiful features, but not change it, like you said.
Yeah, nobody should be getting that done, I'm sorry, but it's absolutely atrocious.
But the Fox, the thread that you use is here. If somebody did want to do that,
of course,
your advice would be go to a practitioner such as yourself, somebody that is clinically qualified and knows exactly what they're doing.
Absolutely,
with lots of experience.
And again, always, even if it's by recommendation, word of mouth, I think it's always important to do your own research, look at the patient, the doctor's profile, look at their experience, their career, their expertise, and then go for a consultation, have a thorough assessment, and even that, I would say, if you're not sure about the right...
Like fishing wire.
That was in my face.
Well,
so
if anybody messages you, Holly, for freebies, don't be getting that.
No,
dissolve.
They're slightly different. So I believe what Ryan had is Pdo Threads. I don't use personally PDOs. These are PLLA. So they work very similar in the sense of tightening, lifting, and promoting collagen type 1 in this case. These particular threads have a different mechanism of action, so you'll see the little cones in them.
Yeah.
And those bidirectional cones make sure that they hold in place the thread so it doesn't move, but also they promote all that stimulation of collagen. They last up to 24 months, so up to 2 years. The PDO threads, they last for about 4 to 6 months usually. So the ones that Ryan had, they won't last that long. But they don't promote collagen type 1 necessarily. It's type 3, which promotes more scarring.
But they do look brutal. I mean, it looks like they should have weights and a float on.
Did you see my face after it? They was brutal.
Thank you for pointing it out.
Look after yourself, please.
Yeah, but please, if anybody's considering it, just don't even bother. Just keep your stunning faces. Like, what an idiot I was.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you so much.
I kind of love you. Thank you both.